What's up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another Transformers third-party review, and this is going to be nothing new. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is the Perfect Effect Assault Force, and this is not a new kit by any stretch of the imagination. It came out like 10 years ago, I think, almost exactly 10 years ago, I want to say. But I've had it all this time, and I freaking love this set so much. I did several years ago. I did review the Papa Toys oversized set of this, and gosh, I don't remember specifically what I said. I haven't watched that video like possibly ever, but like this is there's only one third-party figure that I've had longer than these. So I mean that's how this fits into my collection. I've never sold them. I've never thought about selling them. I'm never going to. I just love them all the way. I at one point did misplace this accessory right here for like a few years. I was super upset about that, and I was legit thinking about buying a second set just to have one complete. And then I was going through like an old box of stuff from like 3 moves ago, and there it was, and I was like, oh! So now that it's complete, I can review it. And really quick, usually I bring in the figures and then I throw out all their accessories, and this time around I brought them out with their accessories on because there is no extra accessories for this. Like, you can fit every accessory on the figures, and then when you transform it into its camera mode, they will have all of their accessories built into the camera. It's amazing. I wish that more figures did that. It was super cool. Here he is with a modern reflector guy. This is the New Age reflector. As you can see, the scale is different, but you know what? It's not going to fit with your Sunbow chart. But in a Legends collection, like, these guys will work very well. And so I figure these are my animation style guys, and these are my like toy style guys, and that works out just perfectly for me. So let's start with this first guy here. I don't remember anything about these guys, like if they had like their own like third-party names or whatnot. All I know is that this guy's got a big old number 1 on him. And first of all, I do want to point out that the paint on these guys is really good. You know, you've got this blue paint, the green paint, red paint, silver paint on his face, red paint on his face. You know, little spots of black paint here. Silver, blue, red, silvery on the feet. Some tampo printing here, here, here. His guns are detailed. The guns are, I don't know that they're painted black, but those silver and red highlights are definitely painted. And they've all got like their own little accent marks, like on their wrist. This guy's green, the other one's blue, the other one's red. And so they're like color coordinated like all throughout, which is really cool in terms, you know, visually. But just super cool. So the accessories, I don't know that there's like a super like this accessory for here, for example. This says AFX1. AFX stands for Assault Force X. There was the Assault Force, which is the toy deco, and then there was the Scouting Force, which was the cartoon deco. And they were basically the same, but I really liked the look of the toy ones. So that's what I got, and I never looked back. So some of these accessories are intended for specific figures. And I think this might have been the whole recommended. But anyhow, he comes with 2 of these guns. These guns hold in with like little, I think that's 3mm pegs. Oh, look at that. Oh. Yeah, that'll hold just fine. That's cool. Yeah, little 3mm pegs. You can put them on other figures that are compatible with 3mm pegs. He's got 2 of them on him. He also keeps a pair of shields. These shields just clip on. There's like a little hollow on the back of his arm. You just like tuck it into there and slide it over the top, and ta-da! It fits on really well. They each come with a knife. The knife is on a little holster, so you can slide the knife out of the holster and stick it in his hand. He can go freaking shank somebody. And so each of these guys comes with a knife. They get stored in slightly different ways because of the way they fit in there. So I've got, these ones both, I store them both from the left, but this guy here stores from the right. So I just figure that he's got a different dominant hand. It's just, of course you can put it in either way. It will fit in either way, this way or the other way. But that whole thing comes unpegged as well. It just tabs in. There's a little hollow on his butt flap. And in terms of articulation, all of these figures are basically, not even basically the same. They are literally exactly identical. So he's got some ball joint here, looks up and down quite a bit. Head rotates freely. Arm will go all the way around. This arm will go out about that much because this little shoulder block gets in the way just a little bit. Elbow bends for ever so slightly more than 90 degrees, and it rotates about that as well. They've got waist joints. They've got their hip goes that far forward, that far back, out for a full Van Damme, actually not for like 130% Van Damme, if you don't mind his hip popping off slightly. Ankle rocker there. Forgot to mention the knee. Knee goes, again, slightly over 90 degrees and rotates about on that knee joint because it's a ball joint. And so, like, these dudes are, like, adequately posable for tiny, tiny, tiny little figures. Perfect Effect has kind of dropped off the face of the planet in recent years. But they used to be like really, really like pinnacle third party. Their Scouting Force and Assault Force figures. Their motorbike chicks. They had RC in pink and blue, and RC in what's her name? Black Arachnia. And I think that was pretty much it. They probably would have made a Windblade version, except Windblade didn't even exist back then. This Perfect Effect predates Windblade. So, let's take a look at the second guy here. Second guy comes with a big old huge shield. The handle on this is kind of loose. I don't know if it's just my copy or if it's systemic across them. I don't know. But he holds it just fine. In fact, he holds it better than just fine. It's really sturdy. His joints are working out pretty good. Because you've got this little tab here that fits in right underneath the handle, you do have to turn this out to slide his hand off of that handle. He comes with a big old sniper rifle. His sniper rifle is actually the exact same gun as what the first guy had. It just has this optional scope accessory and optional barrel accessory. But it is the same mold, which is really cool because it doesn't, at a glance, it doesn't even look like the same gun at all. But it totally is. He also comes with a knife for, if you snipe somebody and you miss, then you're a dumbass. And if you have to go up and shank them, then you can do that. Just don't miss with your knife either. In terms of articulation, the only real difference here is that his shoulder goes all the way out for the full tree pose, because he doesn't have stuff on his shoulders. By the way, that stuff on the shoulders is, it's an accessory that's removable. They're all exactly the same underneath, and you can take these accessories and you can clip them onto the other guys if you wanted to, see? But the different accessories really help to give like each one like their own character. And it's like a theme, you've got this guy here is like, he's got the shield and he's got the sniper. And so he can go like way off and hunker down behind the shield and go and just blow stuff away with precision. And the first guy is like freaking gung-ho, goes in, guns blazing, akimbo style. The knees on this guy, so the leg mold is of course exactly the same. It's painted completely different because the original toys had that red stripe that went around the camera mode, and the red stripe shows up in the robot mode here. But the red is metallic. It's like a red lacquer over a silver paint app, and so you can see that red lacquer effect come around here, especially on these little spots here on the side. And his toes aren't painted like number 1 was, but, he matches number 3, I guess, in this regard. But, yeah, all the same articulation, ball-jointed head, ball joint, shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, ankle tilt, waist joint. It's all exactly the same. It all works really, really well. Extremely posable, really nice looking. Let's look at number 3 real quick. This guy is like this really, really heavy hitter guy. He's got this thing which is set up to look like some sort of like a rotating minigun of some sort or whatnot. He's got these guys here that I'm pretty certain these are supposed to be thrusters of some sort, so he can like fly around. He's got these shoulder packs that are, like a crap load of Macross style missiles. I'm sure it's Macross style. Knife on the back again. All 3 of them come with knives. This guy here is accented with blue, so he's got blue on his legs, blue on his wrist here, blue on the chest and the head. The AFX-3 is tampoed on his backpack and the gun, so you don't get them mixed up. One thing about this guy is that he holds really tightly. This little handle doesn't seem to really want to peg in here super well, and sometimes it'll come out. So you can take it and alter this out, like angle this out, and you can hold this with 2 hands. It's kind of, because he doesn't have any wrist swivels, it is kind of a difficult thing to do, but you can do it. It's not the easiest pose to pull off. But he can do it. He does get a little back heavy due to his backpack, but again, with the hips and the knees, you can balance him in such a way that he'll stand just fine. And these guys have got big enough feet that they're really stable. They stand really well. They don't have any tilting forward and back, but they make do. They make do. But anyhow, let's get these guys ready for transformation. Come on out. So we'll pull that off. We'll pull off his shoulders. By the way, these ones are cut on the sides so they don't get in the way of his shoulder articulation, so he can go out for the full tree pose as well. These just clip on and off just like number 1. Pull that knife off. Swing this little backpack section down. Does it want to go down or does it want to go up? it comes up and it clips into place. And these other guys have got that as well. Like this guy, let's pull his weapons and accessories off real quick. See, he's got this same, but his is clipped down into his waist instead. You can bring that up. But I don't remember offhand which one goes into, which way it needs to be to go into the camera mode. This guy's actually got all of his stuff taken out. So we'll start with this, start with transforming the individual figures. So you want to take and, yeah, you do need to bring that up. Oh, forgot to take his knife out. Bring this up. Bring these down. Bring his hands up, like so. Then his legs tab together. And then I will usually turn his head around. Because of course his head is like the trigger, the capture button on the camera, so put that off to the side. This guy does the exact same thing. Bring his arms down, bring his fist up. Arm down, fist up, legs will tab together. And then go right on over. Like so. And this guy, again the same, bring this tab up. And his arms will go down and point up. Straighten out his feet. Tab those together, bring that up. Now I've got all three of them into their block mode. And you can plug them in with each other. There's a tab here, and the tab will go into the alternating slot. Let's get that in focus. How about that? This tab will go into that slot, but on the alternating figure. Like so and like so. And then like so and like so. Now I'm going to stick that back there. We'll take this and go in here, open these up. Now one of the things that I do really like about this, come on, open sesame, come on, come on, good Lord. So one of the things that I do really like about this is that it's got like, you can see here it's got like a little knife detail. So you just take a knife. Come on. Don't slip it on my hand. Tuck it into there, just where it says. We're going to take this and take the accessories off of that gun. And then that gun that barrel goes in there like that, and that goes the other way. That goes in there like that, and then you can take this and bring this in, and these little three posts will go into the hollows between the legs, like so, and then these will come up and clip. We'll take these two shoulder accessories here, tab them together. This will fit over number one's head. take this accessory here and we'll put it in such that this gun will face that way, and this gun will face that way, and this gun will face that way. The barrel of the gun just plugs into, there's a little peg deep inside there. And then these will come around and you'll see that this part here will mesh in. And then you've got this guy here. And you can take and plug these oh, I did that the wrong way. There we go. Plug these into the shields. And you'll see that's why I've got one of these knives faces the other way, is because the bracket only wants to plug in one way, but the knife wants to go. You can see there's like a little outline of a knife, because the knife can go in either way, but it only wants to fit in a certain way. You can see there's that knife outline there. You got to make sure that the knife lines up with that knife outline. And then with these in place, then you can take them and just plug them into the sides of this. That's the wrong side, that side. Those all plug in together. I like to set this up so that this little seam here is at the top. It doesn't matter at all, but just that agrees with my personal nerdiness. Take this part here, separate that out. This little section here is going to fold out. We may need a tool for that. Boom. Now with that folded out, you can fold in this handle into the little cavity there. And then this guy here is just going to sit here. And then these will actually slide into, you'll see there's this like, this little slots on the side of that opening, and then there's little tabs, little flanges on the top of that. So you want to take this and slide them in. That one, and then this one on top. And then this guy comes around and locks that in, and this comes in on the side. This comes in, there's a tab here on the back, and there's a slot in front of his face that pegs into that. And then this comes out and plugs in. And there you have your camera mode. Yeah. And it is a very good, like, tiny camera mode. I think that works really, really well. I was just messing with these guys, trying to get them cleaned up. But there it is with the new H1. I would say they're actually like equally kind of camera-etic. I like the flash, accessory on this guy. He's got the head on this guy actually looks like an actual camera button. I love that everything gets contained, which is something that you don't get. Like this other guy, like he turns into a good-looking camera, but like he's got leftovers, And like everything is contained in this camera mode, and it's perfect. It's beautiful. I legitimately can't think of anything that they could have done better on this figure, which for me is the definition of basically perfect. I don't know if I could think of one thing, maybe have like a panel here that flips around to have like a different, like a flash panel, and then like a did they do that? No, they didn't. What? Oh no, they didn't. Have like a flash panel and then have like a missile launcher panel. Maybe that, but like it looks great. I love it. He didn't come with any kind of like a reflector accessory that other characters could hold, but as much as I want to say I find that to be largely unnecessary, I do currently have my New Age Megatron posed with the camera for my New Age reflector, so there's that. But looks good. I like it a lot. This is a set that you can still find on eBay and kicking around places. I would probably say $80-90 for the set. If you dig the aesthetics and dig reflector, then that is money well spent. If that's not necessarily your thing, then maybe you would go with Magic Square or New Age. But yeah, I have no problem having space in my collection for two of these sets, and in fact I display them with both of them in my display case. So, but anyhow, that's it for me. Thanks everybody for watching. If you guys are fantastic, and I will see you all again later. Everybody stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya. Bye.